Dr. Zero show right now doesn't go anywhere. I have a guest from Stockholm, but not at my studio, from her home, Maria Sandström. Welcome to Dr. Zero show. How are you?
Very good, thank you. How are you?
Fine, fine. Actually, I see a monkey behind you, and actually this was the particular reason that I wanted to talk about. Can you please tell me why or how did you start to paint monkeys?
Well, it started with my daughter, who's 8, who just put on some face paint. And she came out into the garden and she looked at me in a kind of funny way, almost like, what? I said, what have you tried to, what is this? What are you? And she said, I'm a mandrill, Mum, can't you tell? And it looked kind of like one, but it was such a striking photograph. I can show you later. And from that, I thought, I'm going to do something with that photograph. And I just accidentally picked up some, I had some toned paper, grey toned paper, and some oil pastels that I have had that box since I was 16, and that was a while ago. So I just took those oil pastels.
We don't discuss how while. Yes.
No. Anyway, so with that in my mind, that it was kind of so far out the way she had painted herself, because it's just colours all over her face. And I thought, that's kind of funny because mandrills are so colourful. And I just drew 3 of them just in like 15 minutes.
Yes. And
I thought nothing of it. They just looked a bit silly and like whimsical, like stupid. And I saw there was a Facebook group called Stella Painting, Köp en tavla in Swedish.
Yes.
And it's like a closed Facebook group. And this is at the beginning of the pandemic. So I thought, I'm a little bit short of cash. I'm just going to see if someone's going to buy them. And I thought nothing of it, because in this Facebook group, you can post something, but the admin is very he doesn't accept much. And when it was accepted, I was really quite shocked and really thankful that it even got accepted. And then within an hour, I had sold all of them. And I thought, what is going on?
You said within 1 hour, you sold 3. You were not expecting. It was just for fun.
No, I didn't even expect it to be accepted. Because it was so, when I drew them, I didn't plan. It was, and also I had a little bit of PMT. So I was like, I just took a pen and just drew without even thinking. And it
shall I show some of them? Because people, they see one behind you. Maybe I show a couple of them so people can imagine. Because you said you did in 15 minutes. I couldn't do in 15 minutes. I think the expertise, the knowledge of the art comes with it.
I have always done observational. Basically, it's like portraits of monkeys, almost like a school photographs. Because all of my monkeys are different personality. It's almost like if you look at the class of 2021 and they just stare into the camera in their own little way. Yeah.
So monkey class 2021.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, and they look. Some of them look, as you can tell, some of them look a little bit, you know, some
upset,
of them are angry,
sad, shy,
upset, or like really like a clenched buttocks when they just like So I've always worked or like done sketches about life, about situation in life, and always a bit finding the wit in it, like funny. And after that, so I in that Facebook group, so after that I drew, I think, like 6 more, and I sold them all in 1 hour. And that was like a shock to my system, because this isn't anything that I planned or even, I couldn't really, I was kind of lost for words, because I thought, someone is buying something I've done with my hands. This is kind of, this is very, it was like a mix of emotions. I was proud, but also it felt like I was, you know, like, do they really like it? Have I tricked them in some kind of way? And after that, I drew, I think, 10, and they all sold out. I mean, there were people saying, I want that one, I want that. It was kind of like so I had to keep notes.
One person or many people? One person?
Many people.
Many people?
What? No. I've had people that sometimes buy 2, but most of them buy 1, and then they come back, and they say, please, can you let me know? So anyway.
So sorry, it is not one person, it is not one crazy person buying all.
No,
many people.
No. It's all different. And when I around Christmas, I said I can hand deliver them if you live in Stockholm as a Santa Claus. I didn't dress up, obviously, but I thought with nude and everything. So I got to go and see some of these buyers, and they were from all walks of life. Like I went to like this massive house in Djurgården, and they were really Stockholm, oh wow, and all of them said the same thing. Oh my God, they make me so happy. They make me smile, because they're quirky, and also they're very colorful, and a lot of art is very dark and serious, and like slicing the wrist, kind of like, but these are not. They're just silly. So, and that's what I did. So I've had a huge success, but only I haven't done any PR outside of that Facebook
group. Yes.
I haven't had the time. So it's only, I think it's 16,000 people in this Facebook group. I almost sell all of them.
For Sweden?
It's like a free. Yeah, it's a Facebook group called, but I wonder what would happen if I put them out on like a bigger platform. If they love my work in that little community, it's kind of exciting to know what would happen if I was on another platform. But I haven't. I'm just, I don't even know how to do it. I mean, I know, but at the same time, I do not know. And also this is new.
You said that you were thinking that, did I trick them? Was it because you spent very little time and not much resources, and then you just wanted to be sure whether, the people that are paying, are they really sure for what they are paying, or what?
Yeah. And I think that's what it was, because I remember reading something before that, and they said, if you want to find your voice in any kind of artwork, don't look for inspiration. Don't look at anyone else. Just don't look at any other's work. Just close yourself in. That's what I did. I didn't think of anything. It just came out of me. So that's why when I draw more monkeys, it's not a struggle for me because they're all in me. I just draw them, and when I draw them, they look back at me. And I don't know who I'm going to draw when I start. I don't know if it's going to be an angry one or a really like scared one or like silly one or whatever. I just don't know. So I think that really helped me, because sometimes, you know, don't go on Pinterest or at other galleries, because you'll just, what will happen is your self-doubt and your self-hatred will grow. It's just like, don't look anywhere. Just close your eyes and just do it. And then it will come to you, and whatever comes out is you, so you can do a lot of that in over and over again. If you're copying someone else, then you don't know what people like about it, because it's not your work.
There is also one thing, like this is, of course, these are not very expensive, but good price you put for these paints. But at the same time, there are other exhibitions that you have done, and then you have spent so much time. Not all of them are sold. Some of them are not sold quickly. Maybe it took longer. Were you surprised that, okay, there are paintings that I really put my blood and my sweat, and they didn't get that much attention, but these ones very quickly?
No, I have never sold art in my life.
Really? I didn't know. So listen, let's go back. What do you do for a living?
I am, first of all, I went to university in London. I went to art school there, but it was graphic design and illustration and all that. And I've had like observational, like almost like comic illustrations that I've done myself with my friends. Like, I can't even explain, but it's just like communication with my friends. Sometimes instead of writing something, I can draw something, and it's like an internal, you know, like little comedy thing for me. I would never publish that, because it's. Do you know David Shrigley?
Yes.
No,
not that much, but yes.
But it's that kind of silliness. So when I've painted before, it has always been. It's never been to sell at all, and I've never had like an aspiration to be an artist, really. And I work in film as well. I'm a director. But I love this. I really want to do, and I'm so grateful that people seem to like it. And
no, I like
this sliding door thing that happened to me, it is me, you know, like in the next chapter of my life. If this little accidental drawing has opened my door to, you know, like living as an artist, that's amazing, but never planned for it. But the way I sell, it seems like it's doing something, and also I sell so quickly, and it's not because it's cheap. I don't think it's because it's not that cheap.
No, it's not that cheap. I know the price. It's not that cheap.
It's not. I mean, when I started, I looked at everyone else's prices and I put my price around that. And then, then 3 months later, I doubled the price just to see, and it was no change. Everyone just bought them anyway. And so many say, you know, like, you can just, and, you know, I don't know. I don't know. So my what I would love to happen now is that I would find another platform to show my work and see what happens. You know, if that's an article in a magazine or a TV interview or an exhibition at a gallery. I don't know, but...
Or a video at Dr. Zero show. Let's see.
Yeah.
The
Exactly.
thing is, so what are your other plans? Like, do you want to have an exhibition of monkeys, monkey portraits, or
I'd love
school
to
of
bring...
monkeys?
I'd love to meet the buyers that have supported me, because I get so many messages from people. I mean, I'm like overwhelmed. They write to me and say how much the monkey that they've just bought have given them, you know, like joy in their life. Because he said, when I wake up in the morning, that silly little monkey is looking at me and I feel like, yeah, you can do it. I can fucking do that today. Or like if they have an angry one, it can be like, I'm scared of expressing myself. And when I see that, it's like I grow a pair of balls and I go, I'm just going to go and hit. And those kind of messages makes me so proud that they feel that way. So I think, for my own sake, I would love to meet them, because I haven't met them all. And I think if I had an exhibition, I would meet them. They probably would come, I think.
That's why actually you wanted to deliver to their homes, isn't it? You just want to know, who are these people? These shouldn't be on a name, on a letter. You just want to see who are buying, isn't it? What type of influence you have created.
Yeah, exactly. That would be fantastic. And also, I think if I had a little bit of media coverage, then I could do, because these are all, no, this one. These are all originals. I don't sell any copies. I know it's the wrong way. I don't sell any copies. It's all original artwork. So maybe I'll do like a cheaper one that it's like a selection of 3. I don't know. But, you know, I'd love to get some kind of media coverage. Or someone who could give me some kind of advice with that. And to see where it will take me. Because, I mean, all my career choices, I've never kind of planned, like, I'm going to grow up and become this. It's always been, you know, when I studied art school, it was graphic design as kind of like my major. And I had a first degree. And at the graduation show, they collect all the students that had a first, and you have a big exhibition in London with all the other universities. And this woman walked past and she said, I work for Sky News. Why don't you come for an interview? And I thought, Sky News sounds really boring, but I do need to practice my interviewing skills. So I went there, and when they saw my portfolio and they said, oh, we have music channels as well. Maybe you should come and work for us. Mm-hmm. And I thought, that's interesting. But they wanted to employ me as a motion designer. I had never opened After Effects. And I remember they said, can you make this Beyonce promotion? And I found my face saying yes, but I had no idea how to do it. I had no idea. So I was so frustrated for 3 months because I didn't know. I know it was possible with a pen.
Yes.
But with animation, it was like my head just went, because it was like 2D and 3D as I had to learn. So, and from that, I worked at design companies here in Stockholm. And now I've just like, I never worked in print ever. I just worked with film always and commercials. because of that woman that came and said, come for an interview at Sky News. So I like the sliding door. You never know what life's going to throw at you, and you just have to go, why not? And say yes to everything. That's not dangerous.
It is amazing. I am really pleased to have you as a guest. Let's show your Instagram. So if people want to reach out, they can actually, I think I can make it larger. They can actually find you, Maria_Sandström_artist at Instagram.
Yes.
And
yes.
Let's see what will happen. Hopefully there'll be an exhibition and we can meet again. We can talk about your directing experience next time. I am pleased to have you. Thank you very much for being my guest at Dr. Ediyor.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay. Dr. Zero Show right now goes to Iran. So I have a researcher, PhD candidate, Mehrzad from Iran. How are you, Mehrzad? Thank you for joining.
Hi, Serdar. How are you? I'm fine. It's a great pleasure for me to join you.
Could you please tell me, I know a little bit, but I really want to hear from you, how COVID influenced your academic life, academic career?
Yes, sure. First of all, it affected my career. You know, I couldn't travel to Australia. I'm based in Iran, but I am supposed to be in Australia right now to do my research in Australia. Because I'm a PhD scholar at the Queensland University of Technology. So yes, I'm supposed to be there. Iran. But yeah.
Iran campus.
Yes, everywhere campus actually. Yes, maybe it is their new business model of the universities, but actually it affected my life. Yeah, in the way that I should wait in Iran and await border openings. So I don't know how long should I stay here, but yes. First, it affected my travel for the research purposes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Then it affected the way that I do manage my research activities. For example, my meetings with the colleagues. Okay. It is, you see, I wanted to connect to you today. We tried this several times,
Yes, the software didn't let you in.
Yeah, there are some technical problems. You need to master the technology. You need to be less technophobic, actually. And of course, it gives you flexibility, but, for me, the university is university. Just, it is not an academic place. It is also a social place where you meet your colleagues. You discuss about your projects, your ideas, get feedbacks, share some knowledge, share experience, ideas, stay creative. So this is actually the social life is now separated from the academic life, the professional life. And this is why researchers, for me, it is a bit senseless to be a researcher, but stay at home. Still, it is a bit senseless, you see?
Yes, we will come to that one, but just to make clear, you got acceptance from a university in Australia, which is a scholarship that you will get your salary also. Isn't it like scholarship? Is it scholarship or salary?
There is a scholarship actually, and you said that I'm getting paid, but I'm not getting paid.
No, I am coming to that one. So you got accepted, so there is a scholarship that is tied to your PhD.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
So, but even there was a problem for you to start the PhD because they were demanding you to be at Australia when nobody could travel there.
Yeah.
So you had to convince them that I really want to come, but you couldn't go. So now you are PhD scholar, who is not provided freedom to travel, who cannot travel, but at the same time you have to deliver work because there are milestones for your PhD. But you cannot get your scholarship, isn't it?
Yes, yes, exactly.
So you have a scholarship, well-paid scholarship, but still your father, mother feeds you. Can we say like this?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Good point. Actually, this is exactly the truth. Yeah. At first, I couldn't travel to, they didn't me go. They didn't allow me to enter Australia. Actually, there was a problem with the department. They were suspicious. They were in doubt whether they allow me to start online first.
Yeah.
Then after doing some procuracy, some dialogue, some convincing efforts, so I convinced them to start online. Then the issue of the scholarship is, you truly pointed it out. It is, you cannot get paid if you are not in Australia, actually. You have to work. A person in my age should work as a researcher, as a full-time researcher, and should expect his family to feed him.
Yes, it is. And there is money. There is money, just you cannot get the money.
Yeah, of course.
But this is also combined both COVID restrictions plus restrictions to Iran, because sometimes people say there are sanctions to a country. It is not only to that country or that leaders. So there are many ordinary people like you, like me, how their lives becomes catastrophic because of these sanctions. For example, today I wanted to join another software. It didn't work. We had to try another software. I hope the quality of recording will be fine, but there are these technical restrictions. You are not able to open a bank account, even like TransferWise or others, because they don't accept phone numbers of Iran. And all the time, as far as I know, people has to use VPN, isn't it?
Yes. Right now I'm using a VPN to connect you, actually. But the thing is like this, COVID has imposed some sanctions on all countries.
Yes, now people feel
they are facing other economic sanctions in Iran. So the effect of COVID is doubled for me as a researcher, because I couldn't get paid. I couldn't receive my salary. Even there are some strict travel restrictions on the sanctioned countries by the Iranian people. It is based on passport. So these sanctions, coupled with the effect of the COVID, affected many of the researchers in Iran, in Iraq, and some other sanctioned countries as well. And the situation is not that good like the other, the people from Europe. But still, it's the life, and it's a challenge that we need to overcome.
So, which means I am really, of course, I hope it's not going to be that long. How are you going to feel if you get your PhD degree from Australia while you are living in Iran?
It's a good point, actually. I'm getting myself ready, actually, getting prepared for that.
Really?
Yeah, because it is a matter of it is a matter of something pandemic, something global, and something that may happen. I don't know whether COVID issues stops or not. I don't know whether the university decides to continue paying me online or not. I don't know what happens, but actually I'm getting prepared for any unpredicted outcome, actually. Of course, if I get a PhD online, it wouldn't be that bad.
No, because it is the same. Like people have had their defense. Of course, it is not going to be the case, but the people had their defense at Zoom. But there is also another thing. I imagine that like 5 years later, mass advanced to Australian embassy. They say, okay, why do you want to go to Australia? You just say, I want to go and collect all my salary that is accumulated last 40 years.
Yes, I expect so, actually. It has happened to me. It's like 10 months that I'm doing a PhD online. And so they have to pay me my salary. Then they have to back pay when I enter to Australia. So if it takes 4 years for me to not enter Australia, so they have to pay me.
No, but imagine you go to embassy.
I will have a good loan at that time.
Hopefully, you go to embassy and people will say, please don't give him visa. Otherwise, we have to pay him a lot of money.
Nice point. Yeah. I hope that they won't do this.
But imagine, as soon as you enter, you will be rich in Australia. But if you can enter, it's so funny.
Yeah. Just enter to collect the money.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it is. But other than that, of course, in one side, I think there should be some type of restrictions. Actually, maybe they should have been like full restriction 1 month and to get rid of this virus, because then we will have much more power. But on the other hand, like, what do you think? Let's say, even if you were in Australia, considering these restrictions, maybe you wouldn't be able to go to office all the time. So do you think in the future we will have more like hybrid life? Like we go a couple of days work, the rest you do at home? Or what do you expect?
Yes, of course. This is a kind of digital transformation that has been altered due to the COVID. We have to accept that the universities will change their business model, the way that they deliver the courses, the way that they hire the people they have, the way that they manage the administrative tasks for the attendance, for taking absence, and so on and so forth. So, yes, I expect having such a high life as soon as I arrive in Australia. But you see, that even meeting your colleagues, your peers twice a week or sometimes a week adds value to your professional life as an academic researcher,
Of course, because most of the decisions are made around the coffee table. People discuss quickly. It takes a lot of time to read an email, reply email, and digital doesn't provide that. Sorry, when I look at you, like I'm just imagine you become professor of Australia, but still in Iran,
Yeah. Maybe one day it happens.
I hope this will not be the case. So, but another angle for researchers, like let's say we want to conduct a research. If you do survey right now, most of the things, the data will be corrupted because we are not acting naturally now because of COVID. Other than that, it brought lots of challenges to collect the data from researcher perspective, because you want to book a meeting, it takes longer. You need to visit, you cannot visit field visits, then you need to maybe check the video recordings to understand, netography, but then does it really give correct information about the phenomena? So I want to see your point, how it became harder, even researchers in Australia, to conduct the research.
Okay, I think that, this technology has provided us with some pros and cons, actually. When you do the surveys, the research, like the ethnographic, like the qualitative research that you need to interview the people, the social interaction and the social, the body language and the exchange of the feelings is very important. You see someone in a distant place just by video conferences, these sort of social interactions, social exchanges not occur that much. But you have to, keep yourself interactive as you do right now with me. But you should be like this. But there is some also benefits of the technologies, actually, in some sort of research, as you pointed out. You may take the advantage of some technologies to record, to have quality recording, to take the interviews, to make sure about the quality of your transcriptions after the video recording or the qualitative surveys. There are some pros and cons, but I think that I prefer to talk to the people directly in person.
I see your hunger to meet people face to face and to discuss about research. Thank you very much for joining from Iran. It was a pleasure to meet you. Hopefully you can travel and then you will get your degree in Australia and you will be able to attend the ceremony, and hopefully you will be able to get your money somehow. I think universities, banks should provide some type of flexibility for the people like you, because this is totally not fair, because it is definitely not fair. Have a nice day.
Yeah. So thank you. It was a great pleasure. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for your positive energy, which you like, and thank you for your kind words. Have a great day.